This is a short video by me, Espen, and my partner Rikke on how we collected our numbers and data for the forecasting competition, which models we used, and if we recommend some of our results for Gausdal and which models they could use or definitely not use. Our data here is from a lumber product and it's stretching about 2 years back in time, but for our forecast we only took the data from June until the start of October here. It's because we could have had big numbers like this, which could have made our forecast more inaccurate, even though we could have cut them out. But I still see the numbers are quite the same over the last 2 years, so it's more or less the same numbers we get from June until October, we thought. To forecast we used 3 different forecasting techniques. We took the weighted moving average with more weight on the last sales day, about 70%, than the day before with about 30%. Then we took a very easy one. We copied the last weeks of sales from week 40, and then we took the average from 15 Mondays, 15 Tuesdays, etc. From the end of June until the start of October, and this was the number we used in our forecasting competition for week 41 and 42. And yeah, as you can see, the brown numbers here are the results from week 41, the actual real sales results. We can see that they are a bit different from some of our forecasting numbers, but some of them are actually quite close, so that is not too bad. For this week we don't have the numbers yet, but we went for the same forecasting technique or method for week 42 as we did in week 41, so we will see how it goes with this week's competition. We also took our results in and watched them a bit closer in the MAD, MSE and MAPE, mean absolute deviation, mean squared error and mean absolute percentage error. So here we can see that one of our techniques is actually doing quite well, but the other two is not doing so good. The weighted moving average is quite okay, but still misses with a little over 57% every time. Last week's forecast didn't go good at all, so it was not even close with the same numbers, but maybe the trend with the average over 15 weeks is not so bad to look at, since it all didn't miss very much on any of the days and was actually quite close on 3 of them, so that could mean that some of the days sells more or less than others. So for a quick conclusion to our manager, we would strongly suggest him to look at the average on the sales days over the last 15 weeks, because that is much closer than our other methods, but there are still a good possibility that there is even better forecasting methods that we could have used to calculate our results. Thanks.